Welcome to the last part of the tutorial how to create the gear pump assembly in FreeCAD. So in the first part of the video we will make the correction of the cap from previous video tutorial and add the Fasteners Workbench for our workflow, and we will have to find the correct screws for our cap. Let's make the M4 screw for our cap, and let's make the correction of the holes for the head of screw. Let's make this diameter some bigger, from 6 to 7 millimeters diameter, and for repeat this step for all holes on the cap. So now we can see that our screw looks good, and let's make some correction in the thickness of our cap. Okay, let's find the length of the hole for our screw head. We will make it some deeper. Let's set 2.5 millimeters. I think we have the correct length of our hole for screw head. Okay, let's make the correction of diameter for all another holes. Will be 7 millimeters. Okay, let's close the sketch, and now we can add another screw to our assembly. It will be this screw we'll be using for this. Let's delete it from here and save the cap, resave it, our previous cap model. So in the second part of the video we will create A2Plus assembly of our gear pump. You can find the add-on manager, A2Plus Workbench in add-on manager, and the first step, let's create the file with our assembly, and this assembly file will be contain our all and other details with connections between them. Let's import the first file. It will be the case. It is a fixed position property for our assembly, and let's set the material for this. It will be looking for more photorealistic, I think. And now let's add another part. The second part will be the shaft one. Let's set its random position and make the constraint between these two details. Let's choose the two circles and set this constraint. And now you can change the position of shaft only in axial coordinate, in axial axis, and let's make the true position for our shaft in a case. let's set this constraint between two faces. And after that, let's choose the second shaft and repeat the previous steps. It will be the first constraint and second constraint between two faces and two edges. Okay, let's choose this face, let's change the position, and let's choose this face and another face on our case, and let's choose the constraint is put our first face to another face. We have the fixed condition for our case, so it means that we have the changing of the position for another details. Okay, let's set this gear to our shaft. It will be this condition, and let's choose this face and this, and set one else condition, put one face to another, and let's put these two faces together. Okay, and we have, if we will try to change the position of the shaft, you cannot. Okay, and let's set another gear to our assembly and set the constraints between second shaft and second gear. And connect the two faces together, but we also have to set constraint between our gears also. Okay, let's set the XL position of gear, and we have these falses between geometry, and let's set the sum angle here, and if we will change the position, we doesn't have the constraints between them, but we can to set it between those two edges. We can to set the fixed constraint, auxiliary constraint, and now we have the true angle of the gear automatically. Okay, and let's set to the another position of the seal to our constraint. We have to choose these two faces and set the position of seal. In our case, and let's set the last part of the gear pump. It will be the cap. And let's connect to these two faces. Now we have our assembly of gear pump. Let's go to Fasteners Workbench and let's choose these edges and for these edges we can to generate the screws. Okay, let's set it, and now we have the screw, but we have to change the diameter of the head. Now we have the correct diameter for head, and also we have to change the length of the screws. Let's find the correct length. Okay, and set 12.5 millimeters is correct length without gap, and let's activate the thread view on the model. And how can you see, we have the correct screw on our assembly. After that we can save all our assembly to the file, and for example you can create one simple not parametrical model of these models. Let's just delete it from our assembly and show our model. Thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel, goodbye.